Hello everyone, I'm Colin Cadet. A few months ago I made a video on using a finger joint bit on my router table. And a number of you asked, well, what about using a less expensive bit? You know, what would that look like? So from the GearBest folks, I ordered up this much less expensive, I think it was $12, this finger joint bit. And today we're going to try it out and see what kind of results we can get from it. So that's what the finger joint looks like, finger joint bit looks like. And you can see it's got two cutter heads. In this case, the cutter heads are squared off. You can see they're squared off on the end. And they're quite a bit thicker than the last one that I used. So, okay, I've taken a moment to install the router bit. And I've set the fence, everything's ready to go, but I haven't set the height yet. And I'm going to use this clear piece of plastic. I think it's about 1/16 of an inch thick. And I'm going to show you in a minute why I'm doing this. And what I want to do is very carefully set the router height to just below or just touching the bottom of that plate. There, that's good. Okay. Well, let's get some wood ready and run this through. So the first thing I'm going to do is make one pass, then I'm going to cut that off, then I'm going to make another pass at that. Now before I cut that off, I wanted to mark the top of this so I don't get these mixed up. So I'm going to run, you can see that goes right through there. I'm going to run another one of these. So let me just cut that off, and when I come back, we'll cut the other one. Okay, there's my two pieces, and you can see they're pretty much, I put them where you can see them, they're pretty much identical, and that's exactly what I wanted. But what I want to do now, I'm just going to do a quick check and see how they line up. That's not too bad. A bit of a gap in there. Yeah, there's a gap on both sides. Okay. Well, we'll run some other ones. Now, here's the reason why I wanted to use the plastic, because when we do this and when we line them up like this, when I move them like that, what I can do, you can see that there's a little bit of an offset. And what I want to be able to do here, see, I can measure this offset here with some more plastic that I have. So watch this. So I have a few pieces of plastic here. That one's too thick. How about this one here? That one's close. You can see a little bit. I don't think I'm going to get any closer. Let's try a wooden shim under there, see if I can get... Yeah, that's just about perfect. Okay, now here's why I wanted to use the plastic in the first place, is because when I set that down, there's the plastic that I used. Now, when I put the plastic with the shim on top, I'm just going to flip this up so that I can see it. So what I'm going to do, that's going to go right should be right there. Okay, let's take a quick pass and see what that looks like. Okay, I've marked the top two on there, and those should join up just about perfectly. Okay, now with a little bit of luck, I should just, yeah, they're off a tiny, tiny bit. But we're only testing here anyway, but I'm concerned that they don't, you can see there's a bit of a gap in there. I think this probably should go tight all the way. Anyway, I put some glue in there. That should be fine. While this is set up, I'm going to try something a little different. I've never done this before, so this will be an experiment. Okay, let's do a little bit of a recap here. So this was the Freud finger bit, and you can see finger joint bit, and you can see it's very fine teeth. And we'll put a link for that so you'll be able to see that. This is the other one that we've just did today, and you can see that it's much coarser teeth in this. There's a little bit of a gap in there, but I'm sure with some glue in there it would hold nicely for whatever you might be wanting to do with it. Then I had the brilliant idea, we'll see how brilliant it is, of if you ran these through and were able to glue them together and then cut that off with a table saw, for example, you would end up with a white top, for example, with some black parallel lines through it. So I'm going to do that, and we'll show you that in a few minutes when we glue it up and cut it in half. And that's what that looks like. So it's going to be interesting to see what this looks like. And there's another idea, something you could do with that finger joint bit. And all I've done, you can just see that I've just cut that off. There's the dark part, and I just cut the light part off. So what I've ended up with now are some dark and light stripes, and I just put a little bit of moisture on there so you get a little bit of an idea what some finish will look like on there. But there's an idea. You could stack them, all sorts of things you could do with that. Use it for edging. Just some other ideas of things you can use for the finger joint bit. Well, that concludes my video for today. I'm using this yellow finger joint bit and seeing some of the results that we can get from it. I'm Colin Canet for WoodWorkWeb. Thanks for watching.